members when they don't have vision, when they least expect it. So I think for Imperial Pro Team, that's something they sort of learned from the group stages. A lot of teams sort of made the option not to pick or rather ban into this Twisted Fate, but this time around Imperial Pro Team having the respect ban, I think is a good choice for these guys moving to game number 2.
Okay, so Siva really favourite for hate in the IPT side. First pick of Sivers, we don't see that often, but if you're able to play it so well, I think it is reasonable enough. Poppy has been open for the past 2 games already and not picked. We might just see it this game because I don't really see that much top laners available for IPT already.
Yeah, we'll see if Imperial Pro Team will select that as their top laner. So far though, we do see the Maokai as well as Gragas locked in for SAJ, and I think they probably realized that in game number 1 because they didn't pick up that Maokai for themselves. Instead, they had to tunnel into that Gnar, and they realized that because they had to sort of rely on that quote-unquote unreliable way of starting the fight, it was not very efficient for them, and they were punished on multiple occasions. They said, you know what, let's go back to one of the most reliable tanks in the current meta, which is going to be Maokai. And Imperial Pro Team though, they said, you know what, we're not going to go for the Poppy, we're going to go for the Echo instead, of course, and another powerhouse pick in the current patch.
Yeah, we've seen huge resurgence of that Echo already. I forgot about that Echo because JLC actually played that a lot of times in the group stages. So Echo will be the pick for IPT as well as the Braum. Braum and Alistar, I think we see that almost every single game already.
Yeah,
so,
but the thing for Celebrity is that in the last game, when he played the Ezreal, he was cut out on multiple occasions, even though he had the Essence Flux to sort of reposition himself. Now he's
Arcane
playing...
Shift.
Oh, sorry, Arcane Shift. Essence Flux, yeah. Anyways, for Saigon Jokers, for Celebrity, he's going back to sort of his, signature style champions. He performed extremely well on the Cutmore, and now back on the Kalista, we've seen him tear teams apart with this Kalista pick. So I'm going to expect some great performances from him. And once again, SAJ is going with the strategy of hiding their mid lane pick to the last. So they're going to sort of tunnel Imperial Pro Team into, showing their mid lane picks first. But this time, Light will get his pet favorite. He's going to lock in the Azir for himself.
Wow, I'm really excited for this Azir pick. Light really proficient on that champion. Swez once again on the Graves. And we have seen Celebrity and Lovida on these 2 champions in the bot lane, Kalista and Alistar. They played that yesterday as well. Played extremely well. We'll see how they do, but lane swaps once again might be coming out. Definitely SAJ wants to get that 2v2 matchup. So we'll see if they go for the deep wards later on. But LeBlanc, well, we've seen this as a counter pick to Azir quite a few times already. But as I mentioned, I don't really like it. But as for this team comp for SAJ, they are extremely early game centric. So LeBlanc might just be a good fit for them.
Yeah, and even, with LeBlanc sort of being the counter pick towards Azir, we mentioned, some of the flaws that LeBlanc might have when going up against Azir, but so far, it has been 2-0 when you have this LeBlanc versus Azir matchup. So I think it's almost a direct message that Saigon Jokers wants to send out now, which was that, you know what, Light, your LeBlanc was great, but Lavida is going to show you a better LeBlanc. So it's almost that kind of situation, and I love direct face-offs like that as well. So for Light, he has shown us in the group stages that he's a crazy Azir player. But now going up against Lavida, notably one of the biggest veterans over in the Vietnamese scenes, and now he's going to be playing the LeBlanc himself. I wonder how much cards he can pull out of the table, because now Twisted Fate is sealed away from him. But I think, as LeBlanc, you're going to be able to pull off more tricks, and you're going to be able to roam just as efficiently as well if you get the right timings down.
Okay, so for the IPT squad, I definitely would have preferred a different mid laner because we can already see the amount of all-in potential they have, apart from the Azir, because Azir is sort of a stand-behind champion and poke a little bit, but they're just an all-in type of champion. So I would have preferred something like a Lissandra for them. But we'll see how this pans out for their team composition. SAJ already, as I mentioned, has a really early game composition. So the Azir, I don't think will have a good time in the early stages. They have a lot of disposition abilities for them. We have the Gragas, we have the Maokai and Alistar. So the amount of lockdown CC for SAJ will definitely be placed on the Azir. Also because he didn't take the cleanse.
Yeah, and I guess for Saigon Jokers as well, the key point for them is going to be roll up in the top lane. It almost felt like during the pick and ban phase, Saigon Jokers, they tunneled very deeply onto this Maokai pick, because number one, it was the first rotation pick for them. Number two, they actually banned out the Trundle to ensure that Maokai is going to be able to sustain out during those big team fights. Because if you look at Trundle, his specific kit, because of the subjugate, is almost an anti-tank champion. So Saigon Joker's definitely looking towards a role to be the big initiator and the big tanky frontliner for the rest of SAJ to follow through. So we'll see how this one plays out. Of course, Imperial Pro Team has put themselves on the scoreboard here with one victory over Saigon Jokers after the first game. This time they will be on the blue side, Saigon Jokers on the red. And welcome to Summoner's Rift, everyone. This is a best of 5 series, so plenty of games to come forward. We'll see if Imperial Pro Team can bring this to a match point though, right after this game.
Alright, so we'll see if the lane swap does come out, as well as the deep invade in the early stages. SAJ already positioning as 5 people in their jungle. You'll definitely be looking to start walking at around 1 minute or so.
Yeah, and I really like this adaptation from SAJ as well. The reason why they are hiding in this brush was because when Imperial Pro Team was playing on the red side earlier, what happened was that they went in for a very deep ward. So this time around, SAJ, they are sort of, predicting this situation, this sort of movement from IPT. And if that had happened, it would have been a very easy level 1 skirmish with SAJ having vision control. So great stuff coming through from this guy, great adaptations. And now we're going to see the lane swap coming into place. And, SAJ has sort of read this one out from Imperial Pro Team.
Okay, so IPT do know that the bottom lane of SAJ will be in the top lane. Wow, so they're actually taking mini golems from the blue buff.
Yeah, now one of the sentinel. We're gonna get a few hits down from the blue buff. Certainly gonna chunk him a little lower as well, but again, when you are at this level 1 state, when you return to lane, the relic shield is definitely going to be very helpful to help keep your AD carry alive. So I think for Celebrity is not too concerned.
Yeah, Celebrity took a huge chunk of damage.
Whoa! Speaking of huge chunk of damage in the mid lane as well, Midas was Narita getting that action cracked up early as they both trade aggressively against each other. And so just once again, even popping the passive from the leader as well. So Light, this time around showing a different phase of how Azure has been played, going for the preemptive movement.
Yeah, Light played the LeBlanc against the Azure previously, so I'm sure he knows how to play against LeBlanc as well, but
going in onto JLC. In fact, JLC is going to face dive back in as well. Very confident of how much he can push this echo limits around. Gonna get the resonance. He still goes in, and he might have trouble completely onto this one. Suez now coming to the rescue. That is first blood now going over to not to Suez, but Suez is gonna pick up the return kill here. Gonna zone out a row as well. So in the end, jungler for jungler, top laner for top laner. It is Row that got the kill down onto JLC first, but the return kill from IPT, they will deny away the blue buff from Jinky. So I think overall, it might still be a win for the Imperial Pro Team.
Yeah, overall it's pretty even because SAJ at the same time, they did get the first blood, so more goal will be going to Row. But GLC played that a little, he sort of mistimed his play because he saw Suez was coming in for the counter gank, but he went in a little too early. I felt he could have face dive out through a minion, but he actually went onto Row. Bit of misplay right there, but all still fine because Echo against Maokai, Echo still has the upper hand.
That's right, and like I said, might have just underestimated the amount of damage that both Row as well as Jinky could, dish out. Because at the end of the day, both Maokai as well as Gragas, even though they're still primarily tanks, they can still do a lot of magic damage in the early stages of the game. So IPT kind of misplayed on that one, but it's like the fact that Swift managed to sort of extend his blue buff after his kill onto Jinky as well. But he did have to blow the flash for that one, so both junglers now, the Summer Spell down for them. Might not see them in any sort of lane participation for the next few minutes or so. And now Jinky looking off to the back here on the top side of the map. Looking to hide in the brushes. Have to catch out both hit as well as the sanity. So far we do see now Celebrity, his pet champion Kalista now having a really solid CS lead overhead so far in the opening minutes of this game.
Yeah, this is going to be dangerous for Hate. If Su manages to get the flash pulverized without the spell still being activated by haste, definitely be a kill for SAJ.
Yeah, Hate definitely sensing that something's wrong here, so they gotta just play safe for the time being. Poisanity, of course, just looking around onto the back end as well. Jinky definitely dedicating a lot of time for this one, while off to the side, Suez still farming up.
There we go.
He's getting the chunk in, he's gonna body slam in. The cast being used as well, but not catching out Hate in this case. So a lot of time that was dedicated by Jinky not coming to naught.
I was actually quite surprised by the reaction time from Hate over there. If I'm not wrong, they had a ward for in the top brush, but wow,
yeah, he's gonna get caught out. Does have the distortion though, so should be fine in this case. But Light catches him out off to the side because did pop over the wall with the shifting sense. So once again, gonna force the passive to pop. Rubita once again. That's gonna be the end of the fight for now. But Suez, oh, hold on, up in the top lane though. Hey, he's gonna go down. Ignite does pick him out and now Poisanity. Perhaps looking for the return kill here. Celebrity still pretty healthy in this case. So he's gonna heal his AD carry back out nice and easily. So Celebrity does break even, or rather, you know, secure the first advantage up on the top side of the map. Celebrity, you know, forced to be reckless with this ballistic pick.
yeah, so in the top lane, Celebrity managed to get the kill, but down in the bottom lane,
Now we're gonna see Ro getting collapsed down onto Suez as well as JLC, but Ro at this stage pretty tanky now with the double Doran streak, so no kills gonna result off of that. So Saigon Jokers, they definitely had an opening lead with a Celebrity picking up the kill on the top.
yeah, I feel this is the time where IPT should start executing the lane swap for them, because JLC is not really considered winning the bottom lane, even with the counter pick. It's 10 CS down, isn't able to get kills on Maokai just yet. And up in the top lane, they are losing as well. So I feel Silver should just go down into the bottom lane with Braum, start shoving it up, because they won't be able to win the Kalista lane. And if they keep this up, it's just not really gonna be that good for them, because Kalista and Kalista is such a snowbally type of champion.
Yeah, I guess their countermeasure, or rather their concern might be if they do rotate both Hate as well as Poisanity down to the bottom side, then Celebrity as well as Su, they can just easily pick up the Rift Herald buff together with Jinky, and they're gonna lose a lot of pushing power up on the top side of the map. So there's definitely some pros and cons towards going for the lane swap now, when it's so late in the early stages. But they might just pay for it as Hate just get pulverized once again. Celebrity just going in for yet another chunk of damage. Hate is now down to half of HP, just simply off of that one, you know, aggression rotation.
Till the moment Kalista hits level 6, which he already is, she's gonna pop that ultimate sooner or later and go on to Hate. Because Hate, all he can do right now is sit back, throw that Ricochet as well as the bouncing blades. Then nothing much he can really do, just sit back and farm.
Right in the mid lane though, Lavida, oh hold on, down the bottom side actually. Give it that JLC trade up against Ro, but like you mentioned, this was supposed to be a winning matchup for JLC. Not quite hitting that position as of yet by just shoving up the wave as much as possible, making sure that Ro doesn't have the best time to try to teleport away should SAJ go for any sort of fight whatsoever. But in the mid lane though, just once again, aggressively shoving this lane in, making sure that Lavida can't get involved as well. Now Imperial Pro Team, looks like they will be making full use of this little positioning advantage to try to go for the Rift Herald. Su does know of what's going on here as well, but Jinky off to the side here might just look for the smite steal here. Who is going to get this one? It is going to be Suez. And here we go, the teleport does come through now. JLC looking for the chase here. Face dive down onto Su. The ultimate is going to pull Su away, but he's going to re-engage onto the fight. Explosive cast splits up the team. Empress Divide just keeps Celebrity as well as Jinky on bay. Celebrity does go down now. Once again, Azir just cashing in for Imperial Pro Team, and now they are going to catch up onto Lavida. Once again, he's going to distort over the wall, but everyone's just chasing in, and now Lavida in so much trouble. They're focusing on the right one as well. Lavida should win out in this case. Face dive not hitting onto the right target. It's just a matter of time. It is going to be Hate that picks up that kill, and once once again, Light just shows us how to play this Azir to the top-notch level. The fight might not be over yet though, because Ro on the top side of the map might just collapse down onto it, but I mean, IPT at this stage, they realize that, you know what, we're just not going to extend our welcome, we're just going to stay back for now.
I would say a definite miscommunication coming in from SAJ right there, because we saw how they wanted to disengage in the beginning of the fight. We saw Alistar being called in by Celebrity, and then you went in for the re-engage, but then nobody wanted to fight. So we'll go into a replay right now, we'll see. You see they're all running away because they have the man disadvantage. Fate's Call comes in, they could just run away right now, but Su decides to go in and they went in for the turn. Jinky threw everybody into Su. Su is probably dead, but look at Light. Throws in Celebrity even after the flash, and then with the barrier he's able to stay alive. And from here Jinky without any mana just goes down. Lovita as well, already used all his spells, does not have the flash as well. So he will be able to get picked off after that. Chelsea was slight misplay with the phase dive. Actually landed on a creep, but all is fine. Hate will be able to pick up that kill.
Yeah, in the end, a kill is a kill, and in fact, that could be a good thing as well, because that kill went over to Hate. That's gonna help accelerate his item belt.
All planned.
Yeah, all planned, man. Like, in the end, it all went well for this guys. And I guess for Imperium Pro Team, you have to respect the Azir, man. You know, you saw right there how the Imperium Divide was so good in separating the rest of FTJ, but can't say the same for Poisanity as well as US though. This time, they are going to be the ones that gets caught out. Poisanity still not in safe zone yet. Will be able to finally get out of here, or is he? Looks like this time it's going to be Levita who starts over the wall to get the kill. JLC as well as Light though, going to make the best out of this situation to pressurize this mid lane as much as possible.
Alright, so mid turret not going down. Very poor call right there. With Sanity as well as Suez. Trying to go for the deep ward. But SAJ was there in time to react with the gank. And just fell down. Great pick up by SAJ. Might be able to get a dragon out of this as well. It looks like they are not actually going for it. Definitely should have done the dragon, because with a Kalista, it is a free pickup for them. Looks like they just want to reposition going to their respective lanes.
That's right, and with that 2 kills that has just been picked up, IPT, or rather SAJ, is going to equalize the kill count as well as pretty much the goal count against the Imperium Pro Team. But IPT does get the response onto the mid-side turret though, so they're going to open up the map for themselves in the next few minutes of the game, and that's definitely going to help out, especially with Levita now. You know, you want to keep track of this assassin as much as possible. I'm gonna actually, you know, think that for Imperium Pro Team at this stage, yeah, definitely gonna group up soon. You know, we saw how Light was able to zone off Celebrity with that Empress Divide. That cooldown is gonna be so crucial for Imperium Pro Team, because you know, we know how insane Celebrity can get if he gets the right positioning, like what we saw up in the top lane a little earlier. So if Imperium Pro Team can make use of their own strengths by using Light and, you know, forcing Celebrity away in tight corners like that, then the fight is definitely going to go into Imperium Pro Team's favor.
More Imperium Divide.
Yeah, I'm going to call it the Imperium Divide when it comes out, but you know, for the sake of our viewers, like maybe, you know, they're just sort of joining us today, they don't really know what the Imperium Divide is.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just going to call it the Empress Divide when I just sort of give my 2 cents about what happened. But when it actually happens, then that's where the Imperium Divide comes in.
Alright, fair enough. So bottom lane as well as the top lane will go into respective lanes. Once again, Celebrity will face up against Hate. Already with the advantage is Celebrity, while Hate still sits behind with the Call as well as only 1 BF sword.
Like things have slowed down a little bit. Both teams just content with just farming up a bit. Like you said, Saigon Joker is definitely looking to rotate towards the Dragon Pit area, as we have 4 members on that side of the map. With the top lane. Oh, hold on! Light might just get caught out over here. Quick fingers from him. The chain doesn't even quite connect as well, so Light will be able to get out safely.
Yeah, definitely felt they could have killed Light over there, but hold up in the bot lane.
Yeah, hold up in the bot lane because Glacial Fissure is going to land. Celebrity now going to be the first focus over here. DP now comes through. IPT a little split on what they want to do here. Rope is going to collapse down onto Hate. And now Suez getting blown up as well. Collateral damage being used. The flash over the terrain for Suez is going to be enough to save him for now. But Saigon Jokers, they're going to continue to chase onto this one. Light off to the side. They're getting zoned away by Lavida. Saigon Jokers, they really want this dragon.
Yep, so Dragon will be able to be picked up by Saigon Jokers as well. Quite surprised that JLC did not react to the teleport, instead opted for the recall. So maybe he could start pushing up the top lane. But a good pick off by SAJ over there with the teleport, and they will be able to get the dragon and sort of even out the goal lead for now.
Yeah, and you saw, in fact, from the Imperium Pro team as well, they were kind of split on what they want to do. Because we saw Suez, he wanted to chase, he wanted to finish off the fight, but you know, Poisanity as well as Hate, they were sort of saying, you know what, it's time to back off, it's time to, you know, regroup again, then we go in for the fight. But, you know, that split decision, that little split timing on decision cost Imperium Pro team that fire. Very unfortunate for them. They will lose one member and they will lose the dragon as well. But, you know, in the meantime, JLC was able to stay up in the top lane, catch up onto the CS game against a role for a short while. So, you know, before this particular whole string of events, he was down by about 20 CS. Now he's going to be able to, you know, sort of catch that back up a little bit.
So Light still has been farming in the mid lane safely for now. Hopefully he'll be able to deal some sort of damage in the late game. And that is probably what IPT is going to be looking for. Have Light just farm up for now. And in the later stage of the game, group up is 5. With the zoning potential he has with that Echo W. Right now.
Parallel Convergence not catching out Roll for now. Time Wonder used to zone him away. So mismatch of timing, but again, GLC has Poisanity. A little difficult for them to just kill out this Roll straight out. Now, once again, just focusing onto the Rift Harrow. They will pay for it for the bottom turret though. Light off to the side, getting blown out by the cast. And shifting sense away. Lavida flashes over the wall. This should be the kill going over to Lavida, but in return, Imperium Pro team will get the Rift Harrow. Lavida, in fact, distorting back. He's going to back up the rest of Saigon Jokers as they move towards the mid side of the map. Looking for the turrets are the SAJ squad.
All this time in the bottom lane, Celebrity has already been sieging the first turret, and right now they're going for the dive on Suez.
Yeah, they definitely should be able to get this dive, and the power price just secures the deal. It is going to be Jinky that locks it in for the Saigon Jokers in this case. Going to seep out onto the mid side of the map. The rest of the Imperium Pro team not quite around the corners here, so this will be the mid lane turret going over to SAJ.
Yeah, overall, the whole series of events went in favor of SAJ. We saw how the Rift Harrow was being picked up by IPT, but Light was not there with them and eventually got caught out by Lovida as well as Jinky. Down in the bottom lane, Celebrity got the first tier turret. They were able to get the mid turret as well, so map opened up for SAJ right now. Lovida definitely gonna be able to find a few more picks up in the river as well as the jungle of IPT.
So, you know, if you look at Imperium Pro team and this team composition that they have drafted, right, we are sort of looking at SAJ, who has a slight goal lead now. And with them opening up the map, like you just mentioned, what kind of implications does it have for IPT?
So, Lovida will be able to roam around the map more freely. And from here, SAJ will probably be looking for the top lane turret because that's the only objective they can take. But this causes more picks to happen for SAJ because once they kill the turret, they won't be grouping up as 5 as often, which is what IPT wants to look for. So no more 5v5 situations, more towards picks for SAJ right now. So SAJ will be split up. IPT will be probably having a rough time because they're not as good as skirmishers as SAJ is. Alright, so Jinky down in the bottom lane, clearing up some wards. Almost went for the Crux right there. So yeah, as I mentioned, opening up the map, SAJ won't be grouping up as 5. They'll be doing what they're doing right now, which is just finding picks in the jungle, splitting up. We already see Lovida down in the bottom lane, and the rest of the members in the jungle. So here's the dive.
And here's the dive, and here's the skirmish. They're going to catch out Hate here. almost instantaneously deleted away. Jinky picks up the kill onto hit point. Sanity is going to go down as well. And that's going to be Lavida securing the kill. And just like you were told, no more 5v5s, just easy skirmishes for Saigon Jokers once they open up the map here. So Imperial Pro Team definitely should look to group up as 5 if they want to keep their, you know, sort of their hopes alive in this game. Light is now alone on the bottom side of the map. The chain does land. Empress Divide does come through. That will force Su as well as Lavida away from the time being, but still, 4 members on the bottom side of the map. They are going to call the retreat for now, but very good pickup on the tier 2 turret and as well, you know, chunking out, like forcing the ultimate away up on the top side as well. JLC as well as bro. You start to see this rotation coming through for Light, especially with this Maokai pick.
Yeah, it's come to the point of time where Maokai is able to solo out JLC already, because JLC has not been performing in the early stages. And bro, right now, you saw how he was able to push off JLC. And he'll be able to take this turret right now. So SAJ already opened up with a 5k gold lead. Baron looks like an option for them. We already see Binks coming down for them. I guess they just want to get the vision control.
So I really like the item from Ro as well. You know, this is a very popular build a few months ago. With that item, he's going to be able to just match up to hit when on the hunt gets used. So it's sort of cancelling out the ultimate with your itemization.
Right, so Lavida down in the bottom lane now. As I mentioned, you'll be looking for those picks in the jungle. So we already see him slowly creeping up in the bottom lane. He will be able to push it out. And SAJ will get the dragon. Not enough vision for IPT just yet.
Like 6,000 gold lead for SAJ at this stage. By about 5 kills as well, so should definitely have the advantage going for this dragon contest. SAJ gonna start things off, and look at how quickly they're finishing this off. I think like you mentioned a little earlier, you know, celebrity on this Ballista pick. Any single target, you know, neutral camps is gonna be just deleted almost instantaneously. And Celebrity, he's not doing too badly for himself as well. Almost a 50 CS lead up against Hay. At this stage, 2 key items completed now, the BOTRK as well as the Runen Hurricane. So we're gonna look towards Celebrity to be the big carry for Saigon Jokers once again.
Yeah, and the thing about Lavida going down in the bottom lane is IPT would be forced to react to that. And SAJ could then react with the Baron, because Celebrity, Jinky as well as Su will be able to pick up the Baron just with 3 members. With the Kalista pick, it's definitely an option for them. Lavida should go to the bottom lane. That is the time where we might see the Baron coming in. Looks like they'll be heading up in the top lane.
I think they're all just setting up for the Baron play like you mentioned. Lavida of course snooping around off to the side as well. And now Ro finds himself in the middle of 4 members, but will be able to get out of that safely. The rest of the Imperial Pro Team coming to the aid of JLC in that case. So Ro will be able to back out for now. Once again, Lavida just running scout duties here. Roaming around the different sides of the map, making sure that the rest of the members are gonna play safe. And it's kind of ironic as well, because this was the exact role that Light was playing in the previous game when he was on that LeBlanc.
See all the members already heading into the Baron. Looks like, yeah, they are starting up this Baron. They saw head down in the bottom lane. They knew the top lane members would be recalling. No, actually IPT spot this out.
Yeah, but they are not quite around the area though, so I think Saigon Jokers should be able to pick this up without too much difficulties. And the rest of Saigon Jokers, they're going to turn around though. Looks like they want the kills instead. JLC off to the side. Poisanity just going to get deleted right off to the side. The Ignite does pick up the kill off to the end. Here we go now. Light's going to come in with the Empress Divide catching out Ro as well as Celebrity. But that's not quite enough though, because Heartbeat Sand Soldiers are on the other side of the terrain. So not the best one, but still doing quite a bit of work. Here comes the cleanup from the rest of IPT though. They're going to collapse down onto Ro. Does go down. It's going to be Hate that secures that kill. And now face diving off to the wall. Sweat does quick draw over the terrain as well. They're going to try to chase down to SAJ. They are not going to be they're not going to be able to chase down to them. Not enough range yet.
Alright, so that was the Baron played by SAJ. We saw how Lavida worked as a distraction for them. They went for the Baron, but IPT was quick to react to that. The Scrying Orb was able to spot SAJ out. And then SAJ went for the turn, with the Righteous Glory, but then it was not really that successful for them because IPT, they were still able to deal huge chunks of damage to them, as well as the Baron reducing the HP. You see how they turn onto IPT right there, but JLC is already pretty tanky right now. So Vida used all his abilities on Poisanity, and we see how Light as well as Suez will be able to do some damage before Light goes in with the Plague. This is just a great ultimate by him, but eventually didn't really result in what SAJ wanted. Just, I think it's a 1-for-1 exchange.
Yeah, I guess for Imperial Pro Team though, this is probably the best of the worst situation. You know, they forced them off the Baron. They got that 1-for-1 as well. You know, if you consider a team that's down by about 6,000, 7,000 gold, you definitely would want to take that trade. But it was kind of dubious though. I felt that Saigon Jokers might, or rather should have, finished off that Baron before they turned it around. I don't know, what do you feel?
I definitely felt SAJ should have finished up the Baron because not enough members for IPT were there just yet. It was only for Sanity as well as Sweat. And they have Celebrity, the Kalista. The amount of stacks you already...
Oh man, in the big lane though, Levina getting chased down and blown up by Suez. That might prompt SAJ. You saw what happened there. They were actually positioned around the Baron, perhaps looking to take that one down, and now off to the back end here, Light getting blown out by the explosive cast Celebrity.
Oh,
does
wow.
take down the mid laner, and now Jinky secures the kill onto Hate. Suez, the next one in trouble here. Celebrity flashes aggressively across the wall for that kill. And now they are going to start the Baron with the jungler Suez being down on the side of Imperial Pro Team. Now here we go. Parallel conversions catching out 3 members on the side of Saigon Jokers. Poisanity as JLC, the only ones left alive on the side of Imperial Pro Team to try to stop this Baron attempt. Roll does catch out JLC once again. So 4-for-1 in the whole string of events, and Saigon Jokers may finally be able to take down this Baron.
It's definitely going to be the Baron for Saigon Jokers. It was the pick off in the mid lane. Saw how the Maokai Alistar combo worked so perfectly. The amount of chain CC lockup for them worked wonders, and Hate wasn't able to spell shield anything. And he just got picked up in the mid lane. It's a simple Baron pickup for SAJ already. So this Baron buff would definitely be very crucial for them in sieging up the turrets right now, because the amount of wave clear for IPT is quite lacking because Sand Soldiers don't do that well against Baron and powered minions.
Yeah, and I mean, if you think about it, even in the previous skirmish as well, Saigon Jokers, they wanted to set things up perfectly before they go for the Baron, which is why when they saw IPT running towards them, they collapsed back and they sacrificed that Baron attempt. The second time around, Levina got caught out, but Celebrity, man, this guy on this Kalista did so much work and cleaning up from that point. Then 4-for-1 exchange, Saigon Jokers managed to pick up the Baron as well, now sitting at a 10,000 gold lead. And you know, Celebrity just so comfortably ahead of it at this point with that item build.
Alright, so Dragon will be started up by SAJ. This will be the 3rd Dragon of the game. And heading up into the bottom lane with the Baron and powered minions. As you mentioned, Celebrity doing wonders on this Kalista already. Light actually opting for that Void stuff instead of the Rylai Scepter. He won't be able to zone as well as type that effectively.
Yeah, the speed boost definitely going to be helpful for SAJ to at least pseudo match up to that on the hunt, and of course, like I mentioned a little earlier, quite a bit of work as well. Baron and powered minions on the bottom side of the map. Vita's going to split push on the mid lane as well. Sort of a 1-3-1, but in a different formation, kind of like a 1-1-3. Vita in the mid lane, of course, and roll up on the top side of the map. He does have teleport as well. JLC tends to defend against him in this case, but damage has been done. Bottom lane, Inhibitor turret does go down. Looking for the Inhibitor next, should be able to get this one as well. Might as well get just struggling to defend. On this case, Poisanity takes a bit of damage on his front here.
I like how SAJ adapted to this formation, because as I mentioned, not enough wave clear for IPT, so Azir would only be forced to defend one lane.
Oh man, off to the side. Look at this chunk of damage. Hate is gonna go down. Levina picks one up, and yeah, that should be a very easy clear now for SAJ onto the mid side of the map. We do see the TP coming through as well. Ro is gonna be pounding away onto this inhibitor turret. In fact, they might be looking for the game-ending fight here. Explosive Cast kind of channeling on the wrong direction, but just look at that chain of ground control here. Su is gonna fall down here though, because JLC is gonna collapse back. And the shutdown onto Celebrity might prompt SAJ to back off for now. Jinky is gonna zone off JLC as well as Poisanity. And now SAJ will back off after taking out the mid lane inhibitor.
And that was actually a good fight for IPT right there, even though they lost 2 inhibitors. We saw how the explosive cast was cancelled. Actually not casted the wrong side, but it's cancelled by Poisanity's shield. And then a great, once again, great ulti by Light. Cashing off Celebrities. You hear the replay. You see how all the members actually try to deal damage, not allowing the tower to go down that easily. Bro dives in a little bit. So here's the cast, that's the shield. Pushes them away, and then we see Light going in with the Imperium Divide. Catching off Celebrity right there. Pushes him into the turret range. And they're able to catch Celebrity off.
I see you're catching on to the Imperium Divide as well. Yeah, and for IPT, that was the best case that could take out the worst situation once again. And you know, they stopped the game-ending push, but they're not quite back into this game again. You know, still down by 10,000 gold. And Levita, just this huge threat on the side of Saigon Jokers. So he's kind of fulfilling the previous or like the key role that he has been playing. You know, you take the Twister Fate away from him and you say, you know what, I'm just gonna play the LeBlanc and fulfill the same role here. The moment you stray away from the rest of the team, I'm just gonna catch you out, I'm just gonna delete you from the equation, and we're just gonna make this a 4v5. And he's doing an excellent job of you know, maintaining this case. 4-2 and full on this LeBlanc.
10k gold lead for SAJ already. They'll be heading up into the top lane. No surprise right there. Mid lane and bottom lane, but it's already down. Levita once again trying to pick someone off before a fight starts. It's gonna be easy siege coming in for SAJ, and this is gonna be the trigger for him. He'll definitely be popping on the hunt soon, but we already see Levita in the mid lane.
Oh, hold on there. We'll see Levita getting caught off this time around. But now the Emperor's Divide is off on the side of Light. So Saigon Jokers, they can still do this one if or rather if they go for this the right way. But Saigon Jokers kind of hesitant on this one though. Jinky perhaps looking to go in, but the rest of SAJ just on the back end here, not quite confident to do so without Levita around. So once again, IPT just repelled the aggression from SAJ for the time being, but the mid lane as well as the bottom lane still pushing in the favor of SAJ.
This definitely gives IPT some breathing room, because great catch on Levita causes the 4v5 to happen. So the amount of pressure has been eased on the side of IPT, so we already see SAJ slowing down on their push. Not pulling the trigger just yet.
Well, let's just say the castle's cursing. I was just praising Levita for how he's been able to catch up when he just dies in this game. And now SAJ Jinky might be the one getting caught out next though. But this is a very tight corner. Saigon Jokers might be looking to capitalize off of this. JLC off to the side, zoning out Celebrity. Explosive Cast only knocking back Poisanity. The exhaust now being dropped on the side of Celebrity. Is still taking out tons of damage though, and now off to the back here. It's going to be Light pushing the rest of Saigon Jokers against the wall here. Suez does go down, and next is going to be the triple kill. That's going to be the fourth kill now going over to Levita, and this should be the game-ending fight for the Saigon Jokers. The only one left alive is going to be Ro. Sorry, JLC from Imperium Pro Team, but it looks like he's not going to survive for too much longer as well, and he's just going to get bounced around by the rest of Saigon Jokers, and SAJ will take the equalizer as they pick up game number 2 against the Imperium Pro Team.
Yeah, well, what a comeback for SAJ right there. 22-9 is the score for them. We saw how Celebrity in the last fight was able to kite so perfectly. He was actually getting focused so much. We saw how even Braum flashed to exhaust on him, but no one could catch up to him. The amount of peel for him, the Maokai, the Gragas, the Alistar, he was just able to kite at the back. Outstanding performance by Celebrity right there.
Yeah, that's right, and it almost felt like, you know, at the end of game 1, I said that they needed to go back to the drawing board and look at what are some of the available strategies for them. Looks like they just drew out an entire battle plan, because, you know, everyone had a role to fulfill in this one, and everyone just did it to very crisp perfection, especially for Levita just picking people off. And even for Ro as well, you know, he fulfilled that tanky frontliner which he needed to do. And man, celebrity on this Kalista, man. I think definitely ban worthy for Imperial Pro Team. We'll see if they react to this one or will they stick to their guns here, because you know there's just so much on stake. Now it's a one-on-one in terms of the you know, victory count over here. So we're effectively reduced down to a best of 3, and we'll come back for the third game of this series right after this break. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.